Hello everyone, welcome back my channel.
Love Island USA Week 4 recap. Taylor is spared by the villa while 5 others leave after fan voting. During the Sunday, June 29th episode of The Dating Show, which airs daily with the exception of Wednesdays, Ace Green, Andreina Santos, Amaya Espinal, Austin Shepard, Brian Arenales, Shelly Besainth, Sierra Ortega, Chris Seeley, Clark Carraway, Elon Bibas, Gresson Blackmore, Huda Mustafa, Iris Kendall, Jaden Duggar, Pepe Garcia, Nick Van Steenberga, Olandria Carthan, TJ Palma, Taylor Williams and Zach Srokaw were all settling into their new coupling after Casa Amor. Olandria and Elon were the only single islanders as everyone else enjoyed having a partner in a villa. But several people including Shelly, Andreina and even Sierra were still committed to testing out other possible connections, which became easier with the introduction of the heart rate challenge. The point of the challenge was for each couple to tease their fellow islanders as a way to get their heart rates up and win the game. While it was meant to be done in good fun, Huda ended up in hot water when Shelly felt like her performance for Ace, complete with twerking and a very steamy makeout session, crossed the line. Week 4 ultimately started with Shelly and Huda at odds, while the rest of the villa chose sides as the rest of us watched at home. The Islanders are halfway through their 5th week in Fiji, but for the sake of its timeline, Us Weekly will be tracking the events based on when they air on Peacock. As the group prepare to have their connections, both romantic and platonic, tested even more, Us is keeping you up to date with live highlights, so keep scrolling. Picking back up after the Stand on Business challenge, Huda was on the outs with pretty much everyone. She even had to eat breakfast alone in the speakeasy before Olandria and Shelly pulled her aside for separate chats that seemed to clear the air. Meanwhile, Pepe had a more difficult conversation with Gresson where he admitted he didn't feel a spark for her. He said it wasn't because of Hannah, but what else could it be about? The duo ended up essentially breaking things off. Then there was Amaya and Zach, who didn't seem to be heading to a better direction. America's sweetheart did have a better conversation with Brian, who was the only one defending her the night before. Next came the challenge where each islander found out what America thought of them. Some people, in particular Ace, thought they were about to find out how beloved they were, only to be brought back down to reality. When it came to the most genuine guy, that went to Pepe. Ace and Taylor, meanwhile, ranked least genuine. For the best boyfriend material, Pepe once again came out on top while Austin and Taylor were at the bottom. The girls that were the most trustworthy had Amaya winning and Clark losing. Those were the same results for the most and least genuine girl. Then came a couple ranking with Amaya and Zach being at the top and Clark and Taylor at the bottom. Finally, America's ranking for the least favorite boys and girls was shared with a group. The guys at the bottom were TJ, Taylor and Austin, while the girls at the bottom were Jaden, Gresson and Andreina. The villa could only save one person out of 6, and they chose Taylor. He had the most people standing behind him by the end of the day, and something tells us America will have opinions about that. Before things got messy in the villa, Iris and TJ had a good night after they hooked up in soul ties. Sierra and Nick weren't as considerate and made everyone in the room listen as they had sex after officially closing things off. There was also Amaya and Zach, who were at a crossroads after she felt like he wasn't trying to stay with her at all. Luckily, Love Island gave everyone the chance to stand on business by sending letters calling each other out, and offering them the chance to leave the messages anonymous. Austin started first and received a note from Andreina about how it didn't make sense that he made it this far since he didn't give any girl any effort. Nick and Sierra only got some shade for their loud sex. But Sierra then had to answer for all the girls who sent Hannah home after Pepe expressed his displeasure with their decision. Then there was Amaya, who got a funny note from Chris about her snoring before Austin. Ace and Zach all took turns saying she cries too much, moves too quick in relationships and generally isn't their type. Somehow all the guys forgot that America is watching and voting, as the internet's favorite Amaya Papaya walked off in tears. Pepe also got some hate mail when his feelings for Gresson were questioned by Gresson. She wasn't happy with how he was still so hung up on Hannah, and it doesn't seem like the couple figured that issue out.